we're talking about this widow's journal. And I think you are onto something, Paula. I think that writing is healing. In my
Yep.
own journey, as I think about my own life, I was stuck in depression at certain points in my life, and what got me out of it was poetry and journaling. You look at even
Ah.
King David. Yeah, you look at King David in the scriptures. He's the whole Psalms are his grief, essentially.
Mm.
So I think this is really powerful. And then you have this other book. Let's go to this other book too. W You're a multi-author, which is pretty
Yeah,
cool. I don't think we've ever had a launch where we've had a book on each side, the left and the right at the top.
I love it. I love being
But
the first.
yeah, so let's get to you here. What is this other book about?
So, so many people would say, "Oh, I'm not a widow," but this would be really great for my friend who lost her sister. This would be really
Mm,
great for someone who lost a parent. And then a friend
yeah.
said, "This would be great for someone who's lost their identity." You know, I have a friend who's going through cancer right now, and she doesn't know who she is. And this is a wonderful way to say, "Wow, what have I lost?" You know, I'm grieving, and so this is a way to capture feelings that way. This is great for, you know, a lot of people have identity loss when they go into retirement, especially if they had a
Yes.
really big job, interacted with a lot of people. So this is a tool for that. And you know, a friend who encouraged me, my friend Sherry, who encouraged me to really do this second version, she's like, I can even see someone giving this to someone who lost a pet. Pets are so
Oh,
much like
yeah.
family members that there's a lot
Oh,
of
I've
grief in
heard that.
losing a pet. Yeah. So this is, you know,
Definitely.
and actually interesting, Carrie. I was at a widows conference a couple months ago, and I had both of these with me. And a widow, there's all widows there, and she says, "I want to buy the grief one for my friend who's a recent widow." And I said, "Oh, you don't want the widow one?" And she said, "No, she's not ready to embrace the word widow yet."
Wow.
That was really struck me. So this is
Yes.
also good for someone who is a widow too.
I think that's so powerful, and I'm glad that you did this second version. This one came out 2 years later.
Yep. Yep.
So, you just seeing through life other forms of grief. I'm so glad you mentioned the job thing because that is so true.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm not gonna say just with men, but I know guys that I think the lifespan of men in particular after retirement goes down like fast
Yes.
because a lot of them haven't had their, like you said, their identity in things other than their work.
Yep. And I think one of the big things about retirement is you need to be retiring to something, not just from something. And
Mm,
the people that retire just from something, can't wait to get to that, you know, finish line, they're the ones that struggle the most. Those who have purpose, a new hobby, they're the ones that they kind of slide right in and keep going and just down a different lane.